Hey, welcome to Jak'd, episode 41, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. And I was going to post an episode about 2 weeks ago before I took my trip. For those who don't know, the end of July, for my birthday, I decided to go to Florida for a couple of days. I haven't took a trip in five and a half years. And I was going to post an episode before the trip, but then I said, well, if I post before the trip, then I won't have much to talk about when I come back. And then when I came back, I just got lazy. I got back last Saturday, and I got lucky because I took Spirit Airlines. For those of you who heard the story, Spirit Airlines is very ghetto. It's cheap for a reason. It was an hour and 50-minute delay, almost 2 hours, and then 2 days later, I found it was all these flight cancellations, so I got lucky. But regardless, for those of you know, my regular channel, there's a guy who's a fan of my prank calls, and he suggested I go to Fort Lauderdale, which is 30 minutes north of Miami. And pretty much, I went to Miami 5 years ago. I pretty much stayed on South Beach the whole time. It got pretty boring. After 3 days is pretty redundant, go to the mall, go to the beach, and then go out at night. So this time I decided to meet up with this guy, and I was kind of, reluctant because, when I first started this channel, back when I used to get many views, I had many guys offer to meet me. And I always felt weird about it. I mean, I've met dudes from wingman groups and stuff, so meeting guys online, I'm not going to say I've never done it. But, I have guys to say, I'll pay for your flight, and if you get your passport, I'll take you with me to Mexico or Colombia, and blah, blah, blah. And it's pretty cool, but it's like I was a combination of not having the funds and just not having the determination to really do it. But this time, I really need to get the fuck out. My parents were depressing me. They've been yelling at me. They're old now. They're tired of working. And it's been taking out on me, so I was depressed. So I listened to this dude. I went to Fort Lauderdale. I got there last Wednesday, day before my birthday. And this dude picked me up at the airport, and we started hanging out. And then I'm not sure if he's a fan of this channel. He may be. I'm not sure. But by day two, to be honest with you, I was getting annoyed by him because he was trying too hard to impress me. He was yelling out the car window. He was doing the old school PUA stuff. He was getting out of his car, running after girls. My first date there, though, he approached a couple of, really chunky chicks. Like, they were chunky, for those who like chunky girls. Like, they're a little bit past thick, but they had, really big asses, if you guys like those chunky girls. And, they said they were flattered, but they rejected him. And then the second day there, he hit on all older chicks. And he was, yelling, hey, sexy, over and over and over. And it got to the point I told him, I said, dude, you're giving me a headache. And then, he drove me around and stuff, and he paid for a lot of the stuff, but I did chip in for some gas and some, other stuff. But he paid for most of it, I will say that. Not that I asked him to. I said, I'll pay for whatever. He said, no, I got you. This is your birthday. So I appreciate him and stuff, but he was, doing the PUA stuff, and he claimed he was only doing it because I was there. But it was just kind of weird, because he had no approach anxiety. He would just walk right up to girls in bars and stuff and say, excuse me. He was doing the old school, I had to come over here. I think you're really cute or gorgeous. And then he would just go right for the phone number. And, the PUA tells you got to have a conversation. You can't just walk up to a girl and ask for the phone number unless you're a rock star, unless you're Chad, unless she's, really giving you vibes. So he did a bunch of approaches. And then, by the third day, I got really drunk. I drunk throughout the day. He was like, you might as well stay up all night because I had really flight out. And I was like, all right. So we hung out for almost 12 hours my last day there. He made a shit ton of approaches. And, yeah, man, pretty much I hung out with this dude for 3 days straight. I didn't make any approaches. He introduced me to a couple girls. He introduced me to this black girl. And he said, hey, my friend wanted to meet you. And the third day, he kept saying to girls, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. And it was funny for the first couple of times, but then he kept doing it. And I said, can you stop? And he said, all right. Then he kept doing it. And I said, dude, please stop. I might just go back to my hotel. You're really getting on my nerves. And he was like, all right, I'll stop. Then he did it a few more times. And then, I got really tired. We were walking around all night. It was just fucking hot. We're sweating and shit. A buddy of mine told me not to go to Florida in July because it's too hot. And it wasn't too hot, but definitely hot enough. And, so yeah, I had my own room this time. Unlike the first trip, when you guys remember, I stayed in a hostel with 5 other people, and I got no sleep my first day there. And I forgot to go live on this channel. Now, if you guys remember, when I first started going live on this channel, I would average at the most somewhere between 40 to 70 people. And that was back when my channel was kind of booming, before YouTube kind of cut out the algorithm and before I kind of took my break, went on hiatus, and some of these guys on the channel got butthurt and said, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch you anymore because you don't post content anymore and all that stuff." But I just forgot, because the last couple of times I went live on this channel, I only got about not even 10 live users. Now, I did go live randomly, so you guys probably didn't see it, but regardless, I already had about maybe 7 people watching me, or 5. So even if I went live, I only had a couple people, and I was going to do a live stream at the hotel and just talk and hang out, but I just totally forgot. And I used up all my data. I just got back today doing a live stream, and I'm done. Yeah, I can still live stream at home, but as far as live streaming outside, I used up all my data. And it cost, I spent $70 for extra data, and I just I used it all up. But yeah, I didn't approach anybody out there when I was going live from other channel. I had some other guys going, "Yeah, approach some girls, come on, have fun, it's your last day here." And I'm like, it doesn't matter, because from watching this guy, Random TV, that was his name, from watching him approach, it was just like, even though he was just open and closing, he was just doing like the dumb, lazy POA shit. Didn't matter. Didn't matter if he hit on a attractive girl or he hit on an old chick. It didn't matter. It just didn't fucking matter. He got rejected like crazy. And a few girls gave their number, but then they still shut him down, and one girl flaked on him, and it just reminded me of the pain I used to go through, running after these hoes and stuff, and it's just not worth it. And I didn't film all the girls. He did make out with an older chick my last day there. She was not attractive at all. She was like, "I'm like 100 years old," and he said, "Give me a kiss," and she gave him a kiss, and I got that a little bit on live. And then this other older chick approached me, and she was like, "What is going on? What are you guys doing?" I said, "I'm not doing anything. I'm just filming. This guy's doing all this stuff." But the streams weren't that interesting. It was just me pretty much, walking around, and I was drunk my 3rd day there, like I said, and I didn't do much. I mean, yeah, it was my first trip in 5.5 years, so I figured I would go crazy, and I didn't do much. I just took it easy. I was just happy to be out the house, happy to be out the city, happy to just be somewhere, happy to be doing something for my birthday besides arguing with my parents and all that stuff. And yeah, that was pretty much that. So that was the trip. The trip it sounded lame, but it was actually better than the first one I took, mainly because I had my own hotel. That was the big thing. I got extra sleep. I took a later flight, so I had extra sleep, and I had more privacy. I jerked off a couple times inside the towels that I used, and yeah, man, that was cool. And I was able to take I took more showers because I felt more comfortable versus having a shower in the room. And yeah, so let's see what we got here. I'll read some comments, I guess, and then we'll see if I can talk about anything else. I know I haven't put an episode up in over a month, but once again, most guys have already forgot about this channel. This is a dead channel pretty much, so I don't blame anybody for not watching this stuff, because I know you guys want constant content, but once again, it's pretty hard. It's not easy to just constantly post stuff for years. Anything held for review? No. Someone wrote for the Men Oh Woman Nothing video, "Next time anyone asks me to take a picture, I'm charging $20. For the video things people say to MGTOWs, a guy wrote, "Dude, I've heard the same shit on and on for years. That was the biggest brain fog of my whole life. I snapped out of it. Now I'm cured. Stop chasing women. Follow your dreams." A lot of guys don't realize that these videos are posted from years ago. I don't fucking talk to girls anymore. Do you guys understand that? I don't think men love women no more. The question is, why should we? They think they treat us men like shit. Anger towards women. I think the women who cheated on me for the reason I'm bitter and angry at women, that's okay. I'm done with them all. For the women are losing body parts, just call her Stumpy. That's a good line. The only girl that would date me was schizophrenic, a guy wrote on the Jake video. Guy gets rejected so much. On the how's relationship with your brother, some guy just wrote terrible. That's funny, one word comment. You have Chad features if you got ripped. I've heard guys say that before, and even if I got ripped, I mean, I approve, but no. Sorry. I mean, If you guys think that, I disagree. Crazy how male comedians can joke about everything and everything. Successfully have you tears of laughter. Female comedians, on the other hand, can only make jokes that are centered around sex, dating, relationships. They're chuckle worthy. Even worse than losing that money you put back at risk by going in there. Usually girls have guys hide it inside to rob you. My prostitute story. Woman doesn't get approached tonight. The reason she was at the club, plus no guy didn't approach her or ask her to dance because she did not put herself out there, because she sat there and waits for a man to do that. She waited for a man to approach. She could not see and hire a hello. Oh, this is a pretty long comment. Sorry, I just don't feel like... Sorry, I don't feel like reading all that. I'm lazy. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, writes, I cold approach women in their dreams. What's up, Freddy? Shout out to Freddy Krueger. Woman doesn't get approached tonight, probably because she looks like a man with lipstick. That's why. Nah, I've seen girls who look like guys and still get hit on, but... women hate men. Yes. Let's see. Women just want to have fun, but all things come to an end after kids. Yeah, there's a lot of comments here for the last... Make more videos, bro. Yeah, I should. I'm lazy. Spot on. Sex sells. I'm sure BBC knew. Oh, they're talking about Big Black Cock. He's talking about the network. There's also really good-looking and Chad guys who go for land wells. Yeah, that's true. That's how you know it's over. What's funny about me is I started underweight to normal weight. Now my hunger is strong and I don't ignore it, so I'm overweight, but not obese. Let's see. These women all think they deserve a tall hunk. I think I said that before. You quoted me, or... last year, I was involved in a car crash, and as we're starting to get my life back on track, gave up porn, cold turkey, and got into fitness. I haven't looked back since. Over a point in no-fap journey was reclaiming self-control in my life. It's a challenge, but we all can do it. Never go to clubs or pubs. Clubs? Yeah, pubs or clubs. Women want to be worshipped. No manners, no boundaries. She needs to be arrested. That's the chimp. Not the chimp. The hippo video. Yeah, I think that woman must have shared my video that I made about the giant hippo, because I'm getting a lot of comments on that now randomly. All right, so yeah, that's catching up on the comments, and yeah, man, that's I wanted to say something about something else, but I forgot. But this is just a short video, guys. I mean, I think the shorter the better. I mean, if I have stuff to really rant about. I did my first live stream in Philly and stuff tonight, and it's not the live streams are pretty boring. I will say that I don't talk to people, I don't troll people unless they talk to me, and yeah, man, I haven't been doing much. I'm still working my part-time job. I'm looking for something better. I haven't found anything yet. Usually by September, jobs start to open up. But I'm afraid they're going to close everything down again because in my city, they keep saying the cases are going up. I mean, I got the vaccine. A lot of people did. And, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Just an update video to say I'm still here. And I just haven't been posting because, like I said, I only say something if I have something to say. But most guys don't watch the channel anyways. But I haven't forgot about you guys. And I wish I did do a live stream for you guys out in Florida. I just totally forgot. And plus, I didn't have much data anyways. I did 11 hours of live streaming. I used up pretty much. Verizon's cheap. They only give me 15. I used up almost like all my data out there. So I wouldn't have that much data left anyways. But it would have been cool if I did a short stream, but it wouldn't have mattered. But here's the update video right now. So you can see much going on. I took a trip. Had a good time. I mean, it would have been nice to, tell a girl I had a hotel. But there's guys who have condos. And I saw a lot of young chicks out there with old guys. You can tell these guys probably have condos and they probably have real expensive cars, and I'm bragging about some dirty hotel behind the beach. I mean, I don't think girls care about that unless you really have something going on. But regardless, I was thinking about going on Tinder when I was out there, but I decided not to. I was just like, why should I go on Tinder? Because even if I use my older pictures, I'm still not going to get laid. And then when I was at the airport in Philly, when I was waiting for the plane to come, there was a Chad at the airport, at the bar, and this little Asian girl, he went up to go get napkins from another place. She literally ran behind the bar. She was like 4'10". She was barely 5 foot tall. She was like okay looking, and she literally ran after him and said, "You didn't have to do that." And then she was like, "Oh my God, you're so tall. I was wondering how tall you are. You can play for the Flyers. That's the hockey team here." And she was like totally flirting with him, and it's just like, it's we talked about this before that the shortest girls always want the tallest guys. She like ran after him. She was like that desperate. She's like the guy's like fucking almost like literally like a foot and a half taller than her, if not more. And she's like she wants to suck his dick without getting on her knees. The fucking dirty bitch. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the episode. And I can't promise there's gonna be a lot more content on the channel because sometimes I just get in my own ways and I just I don't do anything much these days. But regardless, I'm still getting on stage. I found a weekly open mic. Still doing comedy. Doing it at a kebab house in the suburbs. It's been pretty dead there, but I can still go on stage and do my thing. I'm still getting laughs. I'm still jacking it up, as you say. And that's that, guys. Hopefully be back in a couple weeks with some more stuff. So I know this is a lame episode, but just to get the cobwebs off, I'm back. And you just listen to Pod Jack.